Everyone has bad days on the mat, even black belts, myself included. Now, there are days when I turn up to training tired, sore, or just exhausted, mentally flat. And when that happens, sometimes I get smashed. Now, when I say smashed, I don't mean I'm getting tapped 10 times in every 5-minute round. I mean, I'm on the defensive the whole round. I spend a lot of time on bottom. I'm constantly reacting instead of attacking. I'm not dominating anyone. I'm just surviving. And that's part of the game, especially when you're over 40. Now, just last week, a white belt came up to me after class and he said, I had a really shitty day. Everyone beat me. So I asked him a couple of questions. I said, how much do you weigh? He told me 54 kilos, and that's wet through. I asked him how old he was. He's over 30. He's a white belt. He's small. He's fairly fragile. He's got an injury. And who had he just spent the last hour rolling with? Black belts like myself who weigh 80 kilos. Blue belts who are 85 kilos. Purple belts who are pro MMA fighters. And 19 or 20-year-old white belts who have got gas for days. And I said to him, mate, you don't stand a chance on that mat, you know. But the thing is, you showed up. He stepped on the mat, he tried, he stayed safe, he gave it what he had. And sometimes that's more than enough. And I reminded him, and I reminded the rest of the class that week, that if you don't win every role in training, it doesn't matter. That's not what you're there for. You're not here to prove anything to your teammates. This isn't a competition. These guys are your training partners. They're your family. They're part of your journey, and they're here to help you grow. Now, if someone taps me in the gym, I don't care. Honestly, I don't. That's not to say that I enjoy getting dominated every round. I'm a competitor. I'm a black belt, and I want to be sharp. But if I get caught, I tap and reset and I move on. If I'm preparing for competition, then my intensity might go through the roof. And in that case, then yeah, I'll push to dominate the round. I'll look for submissions. I'll hunt points and I'll play strategically. But most of the time, it's just training. Or as my friend Alex likes to say, it's just practice. And that's the honest truth. Training is where we get better. It's where we take risks, try new things and grow. It's not where we build our ego. So what really matters? Well, it's not who you tap in training. It's not how many rounds you win or how many minutes you spent on top. What matters, in my humble opinion, is this. Can you defend yourself in the street using your grappling skills and experience? That's what matters to me, and I know that if it came to it, I could shut down and overwhelm the average untrained person with ease. Now, I get it. It's hard not to compare yourself to your training partners, especially if they're younger, bigger, or they've got more experience. But that comparison is always a waste of time. It's a trap. The only person you should be comparing yourself to is you from yesterday, from last week, or from last year. Now, if you really want to compare yourself, then you need to compare yourself like for like. Someone the same age, same weight, same belt. But then even that's not always fair because the other person might be on TRT or steroids. You might be nursing injuries. They might be training full time. You might be juggling work, kids, stress. So again, the best comparisons is, am I better than I used to be? And just to finish, this is what I said to that white belt. You think it's bad getting smashed by people who are bigger than you, by people who've got years more experience than you, by people who are pro MMA fighters. You think that's bad. That's what happens when you're a white belt. Imagine being a black belt with years of experience and it happening to you then. Because it does. It happens to me. I'll get tapped or beat in a round by people who are smaller than me, people who are younger than me, people who aren't pro MMA fighters. It happens. It will happen to you no matter what level you're at in your jiu-jitsu. You're going to have shitty days. We all have shitty days, but those shitty days are not what define us. It's not what defines our jiu-jitsu. What defines us is, are we still showing up? Are we being consistent? Are we learning? Are we growing? That's what matters. Now, if this resonated with you, then sign up for the free newsletter at bjjover40.com. Get instant access to the 99% Blueprint, a mindset-focused video course built for BJJ practitioners who want to go deeper than technique in 10 honest, no-nonsense lessons. You'll tackle real challenges on the mat: ego, frustration, injury, age, and self-doubt, and learn how to overcome them with patience, ownership, and presence. This isn't just about jiu-jitsu, it's about you. And if there's something you're struggling with in your own training, drop it in the comments. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. I read all of the comments. Until then, I'll see you on the mat.